Hello everybody and welcome to the Haunted Museum and Spirit Shop in Stoke-on-Trent. So this is our museum here. We'll give you a bit of a guided tour today as we go through into the museum. So the idea behind this museum is my life's work of paranormal and collecting artefacts from all over the world, which we wanted to put on display here in the city of Stoke-on-Trent. So we'll take you through. This is the main entrance to the museum when we come through. Okay, so this is where we come in, excuse me, as we do all of our spiritual work in here. We have different mediums who come in and they lead their seances. We do our spirit box work in here as well. It's a great room, it's full of trigger objects. The piano hence is one over there. We would love for spirit to interact and come through, and even just to play one key would be fantastic. There is child spirits that come into this area, into this room, renowned for it. A lot of people say the legs go freezing cold when they're doing the seances in here. They get touched on the legs. We've even had trigger objects like flashing balls actually roll around the floor in front of some of our customers who come through. Started here and landed over here. But you can see it's a solid concrete floor and it's rippled as well, so it's not smooth for anything to roll across. So the mirrors in here as well is another object that's been moved only a couple of weeks ago. We seem to actually do that across the wall. With about 3-4 inches. It was caught on the camera over there on top of the piano. So it captures motion and sensing, and it was picked up on there. Also, the cane on the piano was another item that was caught on camera 2 weeks ago on a Saturday evening by a lady called Sarah, thrown across the room. She stood here looking through there. Yeah. And she heard somebody, what she thought, coming down the stairs. Okay, so this part of our museum is our trigger objects slash artefact room. The idea of this room, with it being so large, the staircase here, is, we know the documentation of a little girl who passed away sadly on those stairs a number of years ago. So we kind of cut the room in half as a sitting area room. And we went to the feature of The Conjuring 2 with the crucifixes that are upside down because of the chair that was donated. We kind of brought it in. The young lady who donated the chair to us was telling the story of a great grandma who passed away in the chair. Didn't know what to do with the chair, didn't want to have it destroyed. And she came to us with the understanding that it was kept here for research purposes at the end of the day. We've had some fantastic stuff going in that chair, so some of the readings on the REM pod and the K2 meter has been incredible. People we asked to sit in the chair just to see how they feel and get the energy that are in the chair. So we had a gentleman who sat there and started to cry only last week. We had a lady who had to go out the back door and she was physically sick. But then we have people who sit in the chair and experience nothing at all. Yeah. Really calm, really relaxed. Nothing whatsoever. We had a couple of people who sat up after they'd been in the chair, said the legs were tingly or they felt numb. So it's an interesting item, and we would love for the chair to be rocked. That's the main thing for us at the end of the day, and if we can get that going, it'd be fantastic.
Definitely.
Yeah, you know, the radio, we use it as a spirit box at the end of the day. Switch it on, we use the white noise frequencies. So this is the actual artefact room, the main artefact room with some of the items that we've got here at the museum. We'll start over here, and I think it's fitting to start here. Now this coffin here has been used in both World Wars. It was used to bring soldiers' bodies who were fallen and lost their lives sadly during the wars, and they were used to ship their bodies back into the United Kingdom. We have the paperwork and documentation for this. Over 1,000 bodies alone in that coffin. Okay, so this here now for us, she is the queen of the museum for us, undoubtedly. She's been seen on many live feeds, caught on CCTV camera and pre-recorded, and also with members of the public who stood right here where you are in this museum. We had 4 ladies, members of the public, who stood here and watched Mary rocking in front of her on that chair. We had another party of 3 ladies who stood with the torch clearly in her face and watched her eyes move all the way over to the right and to centre back again. And only the other night we did put the video footage online from both angles of the CCTV footage of Mary actually. If you look at the footage, it's very bizarre, the footage is. And as I come past, and I showed you earlier, I actually jumped up and down in front of that table. Yeah. Now granted, we did have movement of the chair because you will do with vibration no matter what. But I'm a big guy, I carry a bit of timber, and if that was me walking past, she would have done it tonight exactly the same. Now, if she was to go forward, okay, because this is a rocking chair, she would either slide forward, or if she would go over and fall straight over, in my opinion. But she actually came out, and when we looked at the camera, it looked as if she came forward, and then actually the chair spun and she threw herself to the right. Now, the movement's just bizarre for me at the end of the day. We don't know what caused it, but she does quite a lot. She's probably our most active artefact, I would say. Yeah. And I've not seen another doll in the whole of the UK who's as active as her, unquestionably. And we post everything out there for everybody to see. We don't edit anything, we don't alter anything. It goes on there, raw footage, and that's it. Her hair comes off. This is how we received it. Okay, so you can look inside. She dates back to 1953, the age of the doll. All right, so there's no batteries in there or anything. It's just the mechanisms of the eyes. But the strange thing was, when she was thrown to the floor the other night, her eyes never moved in her head. And you can touch her eyes and they move quite freely, and this is what throws us when we set her eyes every morning, every night, so we kind of know exactly where they're set to before we leave. And there's been many occasions when we come up and her eyes have moved. But for it to be thrown, that she was thrown on that video and her eyes not move, weird.
Yeah,
it's strange, but you know, she's an amazing artifact for us to have. You know, this is how we received her exactly as she is now. She's not in touch.
Was this received from someone that you
right? The strange story of this is this was on Facebook Marketplace for a 10, and I seen this lady posting about the doll, and she came from Stafford, and she was like, "This doll's for sale, blah blah blah." So I inboxed and I said, "Is there a reason that you're selling the doll?" I was just drawn to it. And she said, "Not really, I just don't like the thing. There's no real history to it." Or she said somebody's given it to the kids to play with, and that was it. So I said to her, "Can you keep it for a few days? I'm busy with work and I don't know if I can get over it." She said, "Well, I'll leave it on. If it goes, it goes." I was like, "Okay, not an issue." So I totally forgot about it. And then 3 weeks later, I seen the same lady posted this doll's free, otherwise it's going in the bin. So I messaged her and I said, "The reason that," I said, "Please don't throw it away, because I'm drawn to this doll, and I will get over to you." So I put a shout out on Facebook, on my own Facebook page, and if anybody was around the Stafford area, you could pick the doll up for me, because I was at work, and a lady named Stephanie, she went and collected it. She says, "I'm coming from Stafford now, I'll call around and pick her up." So she went and picked Mary up. She picked her up, she was in a brown Primark paper bag, okay? She got in the car, and her car actually broke down 4 times on the way from Stafford to Stoke. She had a massive migraine, she was sick, and she was absolutely fine before picking the doll up, and no issues with the car. So she kind of came to my place of work and kind of threw the bag at me, and asked me not to ask her again to pick anything up. So she sat in, she left her in the bag, and I put her on the end of the table, and she sat on a chair, okay, in the bag still. And then there was a lady and her 2 children actually eating some food, and as I came through from the kitchen area, the little girl asked me if she could play with the doll. And I was like, "No, sweetheart, because it's not a doll to be touched, it's an old doll, and I collect them," without trying to frighten her or say anything more, you know, about what had happened with the lady in the car previously. So she then went on to tell me, and her mum went on to tell me, that the doll had been giggling and laughing in the back, and it must be a fault with the battery. And there's no battery compartment in that doll. For the age of it, it's impossible. And she also did a written statement, said that the doll was making a vibration noise. The way that she described it is if your phone was on vibrator and upside down on the table. And I asked her, "Where's your phone?" just to see, and it was in her handbag on the floor. But they swore that the bag was vibrating. Now, she's never done anything like that for us at all whatsoever. But since she's come into our possession, she's been massively active. Massively active.
Brilliant. She looks happy about it though, doesn't she?
It's as if she shows off with it. It's just so bizarre. The first thing I did after the other night, I came up and I bounced in front of her, jumped up and down. Little Gem, she shook the table just to see if we could get a fall out of that chair to recreate the movement of how she came out of there. I mean, I'm a big guy, I'm 18 stone, I'm just jumping up and down as I did before for you in front of that table, and she did not fall out of that chair. Okay, feel free. Now, she will vibrate, she will move, but she's not, there you go.
I don't want to go through the floor. Or maybe than you.
Yeah. The girls had just took them through into the seance room, and I come through, and this is basically all I did. As I got to the stop at the top of the stairs here, I just came straight past this. That was it. I've got my tripod here, and then I just turn around. You see on the video footage, and she's gone. So you go over, and she just goes to the side. I just come over here. I look. I shout the girls instantly. As you see on the cameras, the girls come up, and we see the doll all together on the floor there. Okay.
Okay, so we're starting at the investigation, doing some alarm visuals. Griff is downstairs in the seance room. I'm up here, upstairs in the cinema room and the room with Mary, who likes to move on her own. We've gone round with Craig, interviewed him, and he's told us all the history of all the objects inside this museum. Very interesting stuff. So now we're going to get out and start calling out to see if anything wants to come forward, give us a sign. I've got a device here set up on the table, which is a mail room. Got the poltergeist mirror right behind me, and I've got Mary in front of me, the coffee and the crying girl and everything else all over. It's very, very good stuff. It's a pretty cool place. You know, this is our first time ever doing this location. We've done many museums before in the past, I'm sure. Well, hopefully you guys have seen them. If you haven't, I'm going to leave a link of a playlist of all the museums we've done over in England. Here in England. You know, we are from the UK. So, hopefully this one we get some good activity. Okay, Mary. I've heard a lot about you. Only 2 days ago, you got out of that chair, you moved, landed on the floor. Is there a chance that you could do that right now?
Alright guys, I'm in this sound room, downstairs. Gotta be quiet because Steve's upstairs. I've set up the ghost tube and the K2 meter. And that just says 24. It's in flight mode, so there's no interference. I've checked around the whole place, and this is what we've got. There's a piano to my left. Is there anybody here with me?
You can hear the traffic outside. There's not a lot we can do about that. I do apologise. So, it was a bang then, like a knocking noise. Coming from within that room. I don't know if you'd have seen that or heard it. You can hear voices, that's nothing paranormal, that's just some people walking past.
I'm just trying to be quiet. So, let's have a look at what this is. Is that you trying to communicate with me? If it is, could you go to red, please? On the K2 meter, if that was you trying to communicate, can you go all the way to the red? I'll bring it forward. If that was you that was setting off the K2 meter, could you set it off again, please? Just once, just so I know.
Female again. Who is this female? Could you tell me your name?
You obviously already know what this is. So could you make it go off, please? And the device that's in front of me, on the table, you choose a word from the bank and you let me know what you want to let me know. The candle was moving, like someone had blown on it. It's a bit more wild, but that's what it ended up doing at the end then.
I can't.
Why can't you? You can obviously use this app. You can use the K2. Could you use a pulse of energy in this room for me now?
That's just the stairs underneath me. Holy crap. We got the legend Pazuzu from the legendary Exorcist movie. Now apparently this came from the theatre version that was going around the UK not too long ago actually, and that's where he got this statue, which is always pretty cool to see. It's a bit different to the proper one, because I think the proper one he's got like a, instead of just his bits hanging like that, it's like snake and it's like kind of going all up and everything. We got this one, this Madam Mary. I think her eyes have moved a bit.
I'd love to maybe hear something down here. The K2 went off a little bit. We've had a few answers on the ghost tube. Let's see if we can get something rocking, like the chandelier. Or if we could get one key on the piano. Just one key. It doesn't matter if you can play the piano or not.
True.
See? It's very true.
Okay, so I've been up here now for nearly an hour on my own. I've been in the dark, got the lights on, talked to the objects. I don't believe I've caught anything. I'm going to go down there in the science room where Griff is right now. We're going to switch and see what happens then.
So I'm just going upstairs, guys, to the, this is the room where the doll flew out the chair. I mean, I'm already getting like, kind of like goosebumps, creepy vibes. Is there any dolls that wish to talk to me right now? No? We have a music box in here. Mary, could you play that music box for me? Just give me a quick look over here. Just quickly look. No one's going to see it if you do it fast. Or you could do it really slow. And really get me out of this room.
Okay, all I'm going to do, I'm just going to be quiet in this room, I think. You can hear Griff, he's very loud, so I'm just going to sit here and just be very quiet. And like I say, hopefully something happens. There's a lot of things in here that's been reported. The mirror on the wall has moved, the cane has been thrown. So I'll keep everything recorded, everything will still be filmed, but I'm just going to sit here in the quiet during these 50 minutes, so you might not even really see much of me, because I'm just going to be quiet.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing alright, cheers. I'm doing okay.
Now, in the mirror behind me, we have everyone. But there's something special about this mirror. Whereas in the bottom left hand corner, a little girl appears. If that little girl is with us, and it's not Mary, could you show your face to me now?
Computer.
Computer? Where? Now I just heard a loud bang in that room. If Steve's not coming up, then who is? Stay? Who was making that noise? Up here. Stay?
Yeah?
You didn't move, did you?
When?
About 3 minutes ago?
I did get off the chair.
Because there was a loud bang in this room, so just, you'll be able to watch it back anyway.
Okay.
So we've got this, and it flashes when you go by it. Could you create that energy for us? Enough to set that off, just once. Just only once for a split second, just so I know that you understand what I'm saying. Just walk over to it, touch it quick, go. That's it. If anyone's up to the challenge, if anyone likes the challenge, then come over and grab it. Can't hurt you. Can't hurt you at all. And we're not here to harm or hurt you, we're here to talk.
Okay, so we've regrouped. Griff's just done his bit upstairs. I was chilling downstairs. I didn't really hear anything. And what we're going to do now is just do something in the Conjuring room. I think that's what he said. He's kind of themed the room after. So there's like the Annabella doll, and the original one, and obviously with all the crosses and everything on the wall. So I'm going to chill in that chair because it looks quite comfy. Now there's history of spirit attached to it, and people feel unwell and all that good stuff. So
The good stuff. I like that. Yeah, man, it's just good feeling bad. Yeah, it's kind of like one of the chairs that you'd have in like...
30s Drive.
Yeah, he was, you know, kind of like the one, but the one was leather, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But this is like a kind of like a bronze
Yeah.
effect to it.
Let's see the faces.
Yeah. The skulls on there. That's what they're supposed to be.
Is it?
Skulls, yeah.
Does he look damp? Looks like a chair that would...
Yeah, but I mean, it's been in here a while, so...
Hopefully there's no juices on it.
Juices?
Dead juice. Oh god, man, you're sinking there.
Is he comfortable?
You're sinking that one. It's got that musty smell as well.
Yeah, proper, the good effect. What do you think? How do you feel in the building?
To be honest, I felt quite drained. Felt
Yeah.
quite tired, yeah.
I felt like that though, in that room. I know I feel alright. Because in there I was really nearly falling asleep.
Yeah, I was falling asleep. But I don't know if that's because I've been going to bed at like 9:30. 10 o'clock every
Maybe.
day.
That's a good thing, because I've been going to bed like early as well. So it's probably just our clocks.
Yeah, we've got proper sleeping
And we're going to
patterns.
mess them up doing this shit. For you, we do it for you guys.
Okay guys, so we've got the Ghost Tube app. It's just behind this lovely picture that you can see. What is that a picture of?
What's that? That's a picture of some film or something scary, isn't it?
Is that from Enfield? The Bill? Well, I don't know.
I don't know. But you've got him and you in the picture anyway.
Okay guys, so I'm surrounded by all these crucifixes. We've got the Spirit app, Ghost Tube app running. We've got a K2. We've got a Melrem somewhere in the building. So if a spirit wants to come forward, if they want to surround me, you're more than welcome. We've been told that there's something that's attached to this chair. And I can see why. It's a comfy chair. But if there's anything here, if you want to come forward, want to come and sit in the chair with me, that'd be amazing. If you could get me out of your chair, even better. We've been here now for a few hours. Could you please come round me? Give me a sign. Who's the lady? What's the lady's name that's connected to this chair? Nothing?
Possessed.
A child was found at the bottom of these stairs. Right here by my feet. What was that child's name? Were there nice spirits here once? Yeah, sick.
We got the two.
No, the ghost pressed that on his
Two beeps.
No, the ghost did that.
I know.
It was like... It went past. And the blokes in the cars going, I don't press that.
I mean, he was going past a haunted museum at the right time.
Exactly the right time. Coincidence? I think not.
Could be Craig, maybe.
Craig?
Living room.
Well, we are in the living room.
No, that ain't a coincidence.
That's full on fact.
Now I heard breathing. And it was like a...
Okay.
This way.
I didn't hear. I was just like hearing like shuffling, like movement. So before we leave, is there a chance that you could summon
Help.
a lot help?
Help me.
Well, that is the first time
That's pretty good.
that we've ever had that.
That's pretty close.
So we set both of them up to see if we could get the same kind of answer. Steez has just come through with help, and literally
About 5 seconds.
less than 5 seconds after he says help me. So
That's pretty good.
help and help me. It's the best thing we've had. Could be a massive coincidence, but out of 800 words on,
Yours and 350 on mine.
that's a lot of words for him to be saying nearly the same word.
Yeah. Well, ask then, Jace. Ask what help he wants.
So what help do you need? What help would you want from us? Are you trapped? Is this your prison? Tell me. What help do you need?
Attic.
Attic.
Yeah, we don't live in America. There is no attic here. But if you are up in the attic, let us know. Let us know now. Make loud bangs, loud noises in the attic if you were up there.
Was that outside?
It was upstairs
Was it?
all day.
I heard it.
That is, you know what I mean? You can't write some of this stuff.
Was that outside?
It was upstairs.
Was that outside?
It was upstairs. And that was perfect. So I'm going to be going upstairs. So you stay here.
Yeah, I'll stay here.
That was a really loud bang, guys. From upstairs, as I've said, if you was in the attic or in the loft, as we call it in England,
Yeah.
make a loud noise, and we hear
It was loud.
a really loud bang. So I'm going to go upstairs. Steve's going to stay in this room.
Okay.
And we'll see if we can get any noise, any more noise.
Take your app up, Jace.
Yeah. I'm just going to call out just for a second up here. I'll be back down. So, who made that noise? You said you needed our help? Was it you, Mary? Was it you? Was it one of you guys? Or is there actually someone in the attic? Make a loud walking noise if you are above me. I'm going to go downstairs.
Book.
Let's see if what you did you can do again for me. If it's something that you can't do while I'm up here. So I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to count to 10. And then I want to hear that same loud bang again, please.
I mean, that was a good...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make that bang for us now, please.
Anyway, yeah, Griff's got to get up. We're going to head home. We've been here for quite a few hours. It's been fun. It's been interesting.
Scary that was. I could have just gone.
Could have. That chair's pretty cool. I do like it. I like a lot of the history. Craig's done amazing with this location. If anyone's close or ever down the Stoke area, definitely come and check this location out. Give it a tour. And who knows, man, you might even see something yourself. We haven't really seen anything, but that little section then, a couple of minutes ago, where we had the 2 words and then when Griff asked for something to happen, that's quite interesting. Would we return? You know, possibly, you know, in the future.
Okay.
The approval.
Yeah, we'll probably return again in the future. So yeah, it's been a blast. We're gonna head home, get some food, and yeah, man, if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Every channel on YouTube say the same thing, and I'm just, oh man, I'll switch off. But yeah, you know what to do. Subscribe, comment, like, and all that good stuff. Share it all out, and we will see you on the next one. You want to say any more final words, Jess?
Parts.
Yeah, that's it.